Good morning, hope you're all fitting well. Quite a nice day today, but I've put the lights on just to give us a little bit extra light. Today's class you would need your band. There's a ball I've just put in for one at the beginning, but if you haven't got it, it doesn't matter. And 2 cans today for a little bit of upper, add a little bit of weight to the upper body bit. Obviously if you've got 2 little mini weights, perfect, but we'll adapt with our cans. So check your workspace, pop your music on if you like that little bit of music in the background, and then just get your feet ready to start. So we're going to take those feet hip width. I'm going to take our normal little rock backwards and forwards and stop when we're in the middle. Let's shift that weight over the side. So just begin to just work through the feet and get, like now we're getting the hips just moving a little bit. Good, and now we're going to take it round into those circles with that option of shutting your eyes if you think that's not going to make you fall over. And then change direction. And bring your hips back into your neutral spine position. Check in with the little pelvic tilts. And then stop. Soften those knees. Fingertips just crossed onto the rib cage. Breathing in, lateral breath. So breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out, just so you can feel how those lungs are expanding laterally. Breathing in and breathing out. And we want a really deep breath here, because remember, if we don't inflate those lungs full, then they do, bits of them do die off. So use them or lose them. And down. And last one, breathing in and breathing out. Good. Okay, drop the arms. We'll just take 3 so that we get that little bit of stretching through the upper body. Just getting those shoulders moving. And let's take this one up onto our toes. Big, tall stretch. Wait till you've finished wobbling, and then push those arms down and the heels come down. So let's take a little shoulder roll and an elbow followed by a full circle, and let's keep that little pattern going while we check in with what's going on in the knees. So are we keeping them nice and soft, and have we got 30% on with that core? When we get to the bottom, 4 circles forward. A little bit of resistance coming down, just to make those arms work just a little bit harder. And down. Good. Okay, so we're going to do forward, back, forward, circle. All right, so doesn't matter if you end up going the wrong way to me, just try and alternate your circles. So nice soft knees. Here we go. We're going to go forward, back, forward, circle, back, forward, back, circle, forward, and circle, and back, forward, back, and round, and forward, back, forward, and let those arms just hang at the bottom, no tension, feel nice and relaxed. Forward, back, circle. Last one of each. 2. Knees soft, core engaged. 1, 2, 3, and round. Well done. Leave those arms where they are because they're probably feeling a bit heavy, and take our little side sequence. So we're just reaching down and down. Okay, so this time we're going to reach down, hold it, lift the arm up, bring it down and up. So we're reaching down, lift, lower and up. So just making those oblique muscles work a little bit harder while you hold this lateral flexion position. And up, down, knee soft, down, up, and down, up, and up. Good, lovely. Okay, so we're going to bring the hands in. We're going to hug that tree. Imagine at this point there's the kick coming into your tummy. So feel that tummy pull in and that pelvic floor pull up. Now push and squeeze those hands together. Flex at the wrist. Now open the chest. So you've got quite a nice little bit going on there. So we come back in, we're hugging our tree. So we're really working through those core muscles, bracing to stop that kick. Now we've got a little bit of isometric movement. And you feel those arms when you press those hands together. Flexing at the wrist, opening the chest. Good. And again, if you want to drop the chin a little bit when you're trying to separate your shoulders, you can. But remember that kick, push and squeeze, flex and release. And last one. Separate the shoulders. Push and squeeze the hands together. Flex at the wrist and open up. Very nice. Good, okay, bring your hands onto your hips, take your weight onto your right foot and just open up that gate. So our focus here is to make sure that we keep the hips facing forward and we don't open the hips round, because it's the mobility within this ball and socket joint that we're after. And of course, if we turn the hips, we're lessening that because we're just turning the body. And one more. And let's go onto the other foot. So wait till you've got your balance before you attempt to lift that foot up. Keep it small if everything's still feeling a little bit tight, or just make it a little bit bigger if you feel you can. And one more. Okay, let's give the feet a little bit of attention today. So we're going to bring the foot forward and we're going to circle it round for 4 and back for 4. Then we're going to point and flex. And then we're going to tuck it behind and stretch through the front of the foot. When you tuck it behind, stay tall. Oh, think nice tall posture. And then back. So shift the weight again, other foot forward. Circle for 4. Reverse it. Point and flex. And then take it back, tuck it under, stretch through the front of that foot. And lovely, good. Okay, this is where if you want to use your 2 cans, you can. Oh, you can. Right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get down into this flat back position with those sit bones out the back, knees soft, arms down. The first one is this one, where we open up and close. Okay, now because some people perhaps don't want to be down there too long, I'm going to bring you up to standing then. I'm going to do some bicep curls. Then we're going to go down again and we're going to pull up the weeds. Then we're going to come up to bicep curl, and then the last one is we're going to get into this tuck position and we're going to lift that lower arm to the ceiling. So your choice if you want to use your cans. You really don't have to. And of course, if you find these too heavy, you can buy the little cans, can't you? The little sweet corn cans or cans of peas or whatever. So you could make the cans a little bit smaller. Sorry about the loss of the head. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is bend those knees. Soften those knees off. Then I want you to hinge at the hips, push the sit bones out the back, and try and get your back into a nice flat position. Remember to bring the head with you. You don't want it stuck up to your creased neck. You don't want it drop down so the chin is to the squeeze in the little tangerine. And from here, engage the core. So I want you to pull that tummy button in as you lift out and down. And of course, if you want to think about resisting on the way up, squeezing on the way in, resist and squeeze up. Yeah, keep it going. So we did this obviously in an earlier class in shutdown, but of course now I'm increasing the reps. Now from here, a nice little roll up, tuck those elbows in when you get to standing, straight into bicep curl. Keep the knees soft, core engaged. Good, okay, so here we go. Bend the knees, hips out, flat back, and we're pulling the weeds, and up, up. Squeezing the elbows up to the ceiling. Keep that tummy button to spine. 2 more. And then rolling up into bicep curl. Knees soft, check they didn't lock out as you came to standing. Elbows tucked in. Last 2. And here we go, bend the knees, hinge at the hips, find that nice flat back position. Now pull the elbows up to the ceiling so your hands are just beside your chest, and then lift the little finger up to the ceiling. There's your tricep working. And last one, and then just let the arms go down, breathe in and come up. Good, very good. Pop the cans down and just change it over for your band, just to do the rotator cuff. So remember on this one, be kind to yourself and don't have it too much tension. So normal feet width, hip width position, elbows tucked in. We're going to breathe in and we're going to exhale as we take that band out. And like with, I think I mentioned last week about the bicep and tricep, the same with this one. If you want to try and like gauge whether you're increasing your strength, then what you can do is make sure you always start with the band so it's equal bits either side. And then where your hands are, you could put a little marker pen line so that you know when we do the rotator cuff, your hands go onto that line. And then as you start to increase your strength, you can move that line so that you have a little bit more tension. So it's something you can do, you know, if you want. And last 2. Okay, so this next one, so give the arms a shake, is where we take it out, and from that point where we take it out, we try and take it backwards and not bring it forwards. So we're going to take it out. So here we go, we're going to push back. Please come out anytime you want. And last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, right. I find they really do work that rotator cuff area. Okay, so grab a little drink. Mine's other one is over here. I'm drinking my boiled water and lemon. Lovely. And we're going to go with our balance next. So we're going to put our block down wherever you want and foot into the middle. I'll go back a little bit because I lost my head again. Okay, so when you're ready and you've spread those toes, you've engaged the core, string attached, we're going to go straight in to our knee lift. And to think, in the early days, we only just used to do about 8 of these, and that was it. That was our balance work done. So you must feel like you've improved. Okay, and just take a little rest. So we're going to go for a little walk today. So make sure there's nothing behind you. So I do like to get that opposite arm ready. And we're just going to take that arm and leg forward and back. This is the one that looks easy, but I find actually really works that support leg. So keep nice and tall. Think soldier. Here, keep the arms so they're working, but heavy at the bottom. Last 2 and 1. Good. Okay, now I want you to put your toe at 12. Probably have your hands out to the side for this one for a little bit of counterbalance, and we're just going to draw semicircles around to 6. Good. If you need the floor just to help with that little bit of support, you can. Last 2 and last 1. Well done. Okay, stepping off, putting that foot behind just for that intermediate stretch. Coming up into the toes, pushing down and up. Lovely, well done. So turn that block over. You're getting yourself up while I open a window because I'm absolutely roasting in here. Okay, up we go on the other foot. You could have already started your knee lifts if you wanted. So here we go, coming up. So make sure you've got that nice straight torso area. So imagine that string really pulling you up to the ceiling, stretching you up. Using that floor if you need. Last 2, the plain ones. Good. So foot the ready, arm ready if you want, and then we're going to walk. Oops, or we're going to wobble and fall off. Last 2. And down. So I do find that quite hard, especially on this leg. So leg at 12, arms out ready. And here we go, circling round. So tummy button to spine, remember. Still that nice tall posture. Nearly there. Keep going. Last one. And off. Well done. Pop that block away and push into that heel. Oh dear, that feels good. Coming up and pushing down. And up and down. And again coming up. And last one. And pushing it. Just loosens and stretches off those legs. Well done. Just move your block so it's not going to get in your way in any shape or form. Okay, we're going to do 3 little roll downs just so we can get our fingers onto our mat. On the 4th one, we're going to walk our hands out, choose your press up position, and we're going to see if we can do a minute. If you can't do a minute, it doesn't matter. I'll call out from about 30 seconds. All right, okay, so I know I've lost my head a little bit. So breathing in, feet hip width, and then just rolling down. Now bend those knees when you need to, just to make contact with that floor. Breathing in and exhale as you come up. Now try to remember to think about this pelvis staying forward for as long as you can. So keeping that rib hip connection. Here we go again. So peeling that back off the wall, if it was wallpaper, off the wall. Keep the pelvis straight for as long as you can, and then just allow it to tip over at the last minute. Breathing in at the bottom. Keeping that pelvis forward. Now we're starting to put the wallpaper back up onto that wall. Breathing in, down we go again. And you may find you get a little bit lower with your roll down before you need to bend your knees. Breathing in at the bottom and rolling back up to the top. And walking out this time, breathing in. So you can bring your knees to the mat and walk out, or if you feel you can, once your hands get to your mat, you can just walk them out. Just depends how loose your legs are feeling. And bring yourself into your chosen press up position. Okay, so if we can protect the knee. Right, I'll put a clock on, otherwise you know me, I'll get the timings all wrong. So find your position, it can be any press up you want. Okay, and when you're ready, we're going to start now. Ooh, nice click of the elbow. There's 10 seconds. Only 50 to do. And of course you can stop at any time you want. Don't have to do that minute. Or if you really don't like press ups, there's your 30. You could do the plank. 35. 40. 45. Keep that tummy button to spine. There's your 50, nearly there. 55. And 1 minute. Well done. Take any stretch you want. I like to take the knees wide. A, I prefer it, and B, my knee prefers it. So I'm not putting pressure through that knee. And just give your wrists a little bit of attention. And then from here, you always just gently push that head up when the head's been down. Don't ever bring it up too quickly. And we're going to go, just stop the watch, move that away. We're going to go into side lines. So if you want to take a little drink before we do. Okay, move that all the way. So just check that you've got room for those legs. Okay, so we're staying in our aligned position, but if you want to bring those legs forward a little bit, you know you can. All right, so just make sure that the head is in line, because once you've looked at those toes, don't leave that chin down. I know I do sometimes, and also with the camera angle that I do find I'm doing that. But if you try and keep your head in line, so think of your head and back all in line with your edge of your mat. Okay, so we just start with 3 top legs while we think about what we're trying to do. So we're trying to create this little mouse hole here to engage the oblique muscles. And of course we're keeping the hip and the shoulders stacked. Okay, so here we go, top, bottom. And on this one, you don't need to take them to the floor. You can just hover if you want to just try and keep the, you know, the intensity on that outer thigh. Make sure you've engaged the core. So for those at work, that it works for you, don't forget you've got that idea of that shrink wrap, which does suck that waist in and pulls that pelvic floor up. Last one of these. Now we're going to come up and we're going to lift the top leg away for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bottom leg drop. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs lift. 8, 7. A little bit uncomfortable on that hip bone. 3, 2, 1. And bend down. Bring your leg into your chosen inner thigh position and lift. I was going to go straight into scissors, but having done the set, I think I needed to give you a little break. Sometimes you write things down and you think, well, that'll be fine. And then when you actually do them, you think, no, we need to just have a little break there. So 2 more. Lovely. Now put the legs back. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to go top, bottom. So top, bottom, and now we're going to scissor. So imagine you're trying to draw those 2 parallel lines with those big toes consistently on top of each other. Try not to rely on this front hand for too much pressure. Try and focus on a nice strong core so that you maybe could even take this hand off. But you don't have to, you can have it down there. But just try not to be like really using that to maintain your balance. Just take them back as far as is comfortable for you. Important thing here is maintaining this hip to the ceiling. And last 2. And the last 1. Ooh. Well done. Bring those knees in and just give that, sometimes just give that muscle a little, almost like a vigorous chop and a little rub. Okay, so we're going to just split the sideline stuff up and we're going to go into swan dive on our front, but with that added arm action. Oh, where's my watch then? Nothing. So this one is where we're here in our swan dive position, and then we breathe in, exhale as we lift up, and then we take one arm forward, and you might want to go down depending, or you can take one arm forward and then the other arm forward, and then we're going to increase the reps. Only up to 3 though. So down into swan dive position, turn those knees out, so the heels are out, sorry, and engage that core, so that little contraction in that tummy to keep away from that ice pack. So we're going to breathe in. Exhale, head, shoulders and arms come up together. Inhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and down. Here we go again, breathing in, exhale up, inhale, and maybe exhale with the other arm. So inhale, exhale, inhale and hold, exhale and down. We're doing 3 if you can manage 3, if not do 2 or 1 or stay with swan dive. Breathing in, exhale, coming up. Keep that tummy button away from the ice pack. Keep that head in that neutral position. Breathing in and down. So with the breathing, I don't mind if you breathe in as you take the arm out, breathe out as you bring it back, or you use 1 breath per arm action. We're dropping down to 2 this time. So tummy button, take it away from that ice pack. Breathing in, exhale, lift, and stretch for 1 and 2. Breathing in and down. Really working that upper back, so well done. Last one with 1. Breathing in, exhale up. Tummy button to spine, and reach, and reach. Breathe in, and down. Good. So from here, hands by your chest, pushing up onto all 4s, and just give me a happy cat, sad cat. So I'm just not putting my knee on the floor, so I might look a bit wonky. Good, right, so you're either turning round or like me, you're swinging round for side lying on this other side. So you know if it hurts your hip bone, you can stick a little cushion, little towel under there for a little bit of protection. Lining yourself up with the back of your mat, checking in on those toes and either legs straight or bringing them forward. So here we go on this side, 3 top leg lifts just to get ourselves sorted. And then we're going to do top bottom. And don't forget your hand can be here if you want. Doesn't have to be, as long as you don't like overuse it at the front here. So I've got mine down, but it's very little pressure going there. Okay, holding them up this time at top, and top leg comes up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. That's where these blue mats are lovely, because they really are nicely padded. 1, bottom leg down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs up, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, bring them down. Brought that leg either up or down, whichever you prefer for your inner thigh, and coming up. Squeeze at the top. Still think about tummy button to spine. And last one. And we're going back. Just checking in. Top leg, bottom leg. And here we go. We're going to go scissor. Arm on or arm off. Ooh, not so wobbly. Not so stable this side. So really focus on a nice strong core. Drawing those two parallel lines. Last two. Last one. Oh no. Sorry about that. Forgot to take the phone off today. Roger will get it. Bring the knees in and just give that outer thigh a little chop, a little rub, anything. Good. And from here we're going to just put the arm down and push up and swing our feet round. Oh, turn the card over. We're doing well. Right, my favourite next. So I'm just going to move that telephone off so if it happens again. One thing I forgot today. Right, you're going to take your band underneath the bra strap area. You probably know straight away what we're doing with this one. And we're going to lay ourselves down to 6 counts. So are we ready? Breathing in, exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing that cushion in. Okay, so this one is the one where I really want to focus on keeping your arms straight. So knees and feet should always be in alignment. And we're going to just take hold of the band. You don't need a terrific amount of resistance, but a little bit would help. And here we're going to take the shoulders off the floor with straight arms. We're going to bring the shoulders back to the floor. Take the shoulders off, bring the shoulders back, off. Now as you're doing this, see if you can keep your marble rolled in your belly button. So that you keep either just a nice little neutral spine or maybe just a little bit of an imprint. Stretching up, stretching up. Last two. So just replacing the shoulders. And now we're going to open them to the side. So we're taking them out and closing them in. Now, pushing away whatever it is that's really heavy and closing it in. So you do get that resistance in those arms and closing it in and open and close. Take the hands all the way to the floor. So you also get a nice little bit of chest opening and open. And close. Very nice. Release that band and bring it out round the top. I'm going to have to shuffle down and so I'm going to hit my furniture. So this is one of my favourite moves. So just get your band so it's just wide enough to go over your head. You don't need tension here at all. Rechecking that the feet and hips are in alignment. Rib hip connection. So we're keeping that marble in your belly button. We're not letting those ribs lift and creating that big gap underneath. So ribs to hips, breathing in, exhale as we go over our head, just as far as you can go, and that's probably as far as I can go, and then bring it back. As my shoulders loosen up, I might be able to get a little bit further, but very rarely can I get my arms to the floor without letting my ribs pop up. And back up. Down and up. Really focus on that rib hip connection. Lovely. So we're going to do 4 more. And 3. and 2 and 1. Very nice. Now let that arm go down and immediately let those ribs pop up and take that nice long stretch. Good. And I've just thought of something we can pop in here a little bit quick. You're not going to like me very much. So we're going to bring the legs in. We're going to bring the legs to tabletop. We're going to bring the arms over and we're going to hold the band. We're going to either keep our head down or we're going to lift and we're going to pull on that band for the 100. So a little extra for you. Breathing in. Exhale, come up. And here we go. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out. 2, 3, 4, 5 and in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. And in. Out. Push into that little lumbar spine, little peach. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Last 10. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. Oh, I just thought of that. Aren't you pleased I thought of that? No, we haven't finished, silly watch. Oh, wow. Good. Okay, so move your band out the way. And then grab hold of one knee. Take yourself into like a little rocking action and then roll up to sitting and have a little drink. That's quite good. I remember that because I put biceps sitting in and we've already done biceps standing. Okay, so we'll just turn around, we'll just do a few little C curves with a few little twists. So let's just take the band around the bottom of our feet. Okay. So it's just underneath our feet. So we're still trying to keep the feet flat, but I know when I've got the band around my feet, my toes sometimes lift. But if you can keep them flat, brilliant. Okay, so on these first ones, we're not going to rely on this band. So we're going to breathe in and we're going to exhale. We're just going to go down. Just relax with this band here. Breathing in and coming up. Down we go. And up we come. Leading with the chest. Breathing in. Tuck that tailbone under. And coming up. Now that was giving me hiccups. Breathing in. Tummy button to spine. Chest leading, good. Now we're going with our paella pan. Okay, so we're going to breathe in. Exhale, come out to the position that you can hold. Bring those arms out so they're wide and rotate as you lift one arm. Now you will find now probably those toes have lifted in order to keep that band. And there. And there. Just like we do with this one, what do you call it? Spine twist. Try and keep the arms working as a unit. So we don't want to bring this top arm in more. So we're trying to keep those arms equal. Last one. Breathing in. Exhale, coming up. Push those legs away. And just walk your hands down your band into the stretch. And then from here, toes into the band if you prefer, or just leave it where it is, and pointing those toes away and flexing them back up so that the heels come off, off the floor. Okay, so we're pointing and we're flexing, but at the same time, we're thinking about posture. So point and flex. And point and flex. Well done. Okay, so from here we're going to go onto our backs again. I'll turn around this way, just a little bit easier to see you. So we're going to go down to the 6 counts, so arms forward, shoulders down, breathing in, tuck that tailbone under for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we are. Good, bring those legs in. And we're going to bring the legs up to tabletop. So one leg comes up, peel off the other one, checking that the knees above the hips, and we're keeping that shin parallel to the floor. Now arms up to the ceiling. So keeping the lower half still, we're going to open the right arm out to the side and close it in. Left arm out, closing it in. One more each arm. Somebody's having a fire. I can smell smoke. And out. Okay, keeping the arms still now. We're going to take the right knee out. Left knee stays still. And back. And out. Now, if you're struggling with that, pop the hands down on the floor. And just take the legs out. But your aim here is to keep the other 3 limbs totally still. And out. Good. Bring those knees in towards your shoulders so there's a big gap, and just try to make the biggest circle with your lower spine and top of your bottom on your mat. So just imagine you're trying to draw a big circle and then back the other way. Super. Okay, I'm not sure where we're going from here, so if you want to just put your feet down and drop your knees side to side to save me getting you up. All right, yeah, no. So I don't need to get you up. I just need to roll you over onto your fronts. Your arms need to be, we're doing that swimming prone. So some of you will have your arms here. Some of you will have your arms here. Some of you will have your arms straight. Just depends on your shoulder mobility and flexibility. So heels out, core engaged, and we're just going to, I find it helps if I lift my head. You can keep your head down, but if I lift my head, I find I can keep my arm straight. But in lifting the head, I'm obviously maintaining a nice straight spine. I'm not lifting and creasing my head. So option is head down, head up, arms small in box type position, or anywhere between that and long. And I really don't find this easy. So if you're struggling like me with tight shoulders, just do and find what's best for you. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, bring the arms into a comfortable position as we work into those legs. So breathe in, think of shrink wrap, or just pull that tummy button to spine, but pull that pelvic floor up at the same time as we lift that leg up and place it down. Up and down. Up, down, up. Keep that tummy button away from that little ice cube. Last one each side. Okay, so if you're happy with this, I want you to now do opposite arm and leg. If that's too much for you, you could do, say, another 2 on each arm and another 2 on each leg. So, in the position that works right for you, as in head down, head up, arms straight, arms bent. Engaging that core, so breathing in. And then as we pull that tummy button into your spine, we're going to lift and lower. Breathe in breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So it's a nice, slow, controlled movement. But remember, as we place the arm and leg down, you're trying to think of lengthening through that spine. So you're trying to creep the arm forward a little bit further and take the toe away a little bit further. And up. But if you're finding arm and leg too much, then just do arms and then just do legs. Last two, up and down and up and down. Very nice. You need to stretch those glutes. So hands by your side, up through a little cobra into a nice shallow stretch. Really pushing that bottom onto those heels. Where does the time go? Super. Okay, we're going to turn ourselves around. We're going back down. Oh God, we've still got half a card to do. Right, we're going back down and we're going to do single leg stretch and then a little windscreen wipe. So arms forward, and then I'll just bring that down so I know where we're going. Breathing in. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bring those legs in. And we're going to do the single leg stretch first. And then we're going to do windscreen wiper if you want. But I'll give you a rest and show you between your single leg stretch. Remember, head down or head up. That's up to you. Or support the neck with those hands. So peel off the right leg to tabletop. Breathing in. Exhale as we come up. Now this is the important bit. Try and bring those ribs to those hips. So you're really pushing into your back. That way you will make sure that the core should be taking the pressure from the neck. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go change, change, change. Or you can go here. Last 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Now, you can stick with that on the next set, or you can do the slightly harder one, which is the windscreen wiper. So we bring the legs to tabletop, we bring the legs up to the ceiling, we take hold of one leg as we let the other leg go down, and then we just switch the legs straight. Only take that bottom leg down as much as you can without feeling your lumbar spine is lifting off. Of course, we could have our head off as well. So lots of little modifications there for you to pick what is right for you. Okay, so bring one leg up to tabletop and then the other one. Legs up to the ceiling. Now breathe in and come up with that top half of your body if you're going to. Grab hold of one leg, drop the other leg away, and then switch. So you might be sticking with the bent leg option that we did just now. And there'll be lots of permutations of this going on. We might have just little legs here. We might still have our hands supporting our neck. Or we might be down here. Good. And last 6, 5, 4, pulling that leg in, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. From here, just feet have gone down, breathe in, roll that marble into your belly button and just take one nice pelvic bridge, pushing those knees over those toes, but keeping the ribs and hips down. Breathing in at the top and exhale as we come down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to just bring the right leg up to the ceiling. We're going to take the arms out just for a little bit of support. And we're just going to take 4 circles. And as you can see, my house is like a florist at the minute. I was so lucky, had such a lot of beautiful flowers, and every now and again I can breathe in and I can smell them. Good. Okay, from here we're going to grab hold of that leg, just behind, either above the knee or below the knee. If you just, it's not always a good idea to put pressure on the joint directly. Okay, so we're going to just hold that position, stretching out this hamstring. Then we're going to breathe in, and when you're ready, we're going to walk the hands down the leg and bring the nose up towards the knee, just as much or as little as you can. Option now is to slide that other leg out to get that lovely open hip stretch. Dropping the shoulders down, try not to get any pressure, any tension up in those shoulders. So you feel like you're pulling your shoulders down towards your mat. And slide that leg in first. And just take that leg all the way down to the floor. Bring it in. Other leg to tabletop, up. Here we go with the circles. Arms out for support if you need. So there's your 4 circles, one way. Now 4 the other way. Good, hands behind as you gently pull that leg in. Then we're going to breathe in, and as we exhale, we're going to walk the hands down and lift the top half of the body up. Very gently sliding the other leg away, opening that hip up, relax the shoulders. Bringing that leg in, head down, and allow that leg to stretch out long and low. Then bring it in. And again, grab one leg and just rock yourself up to sit in nice and gently. Bringing yourself around into a nice sit-in position. Okay, so we've only done this once before. Now you can sit however you want. So you can sit cross-legged, diamond, whatever works for you. And we're just going to try and do that nice little, the name's completely gone out of my head, Franklin method. All right, so a little bit of visualization is required here. So what I want you to do is just close your eyes. And just think tall, up on those sit bones, relaxing the shoulders. Okay, just roll the shoulders around. And sit them where they sit neutral. Now I want you to visualise water running off your shoulders. So just cascading down your neck and running off your shoulders. Down the neck, rolling off the shoulders. Lovely. So keep that visualisation in your head. Okay, you can open your eyes if you want, you can just keep them closed. I want you to just nip into that muscle. So I want you to think that that muscle there is a sponge. And what we're going to do now, we're going to squeeze the shoulder up to the ear as if we're trying to squeeze the water out of that sponge. And then when we release it, I want you to think that there's a pool of water just sitting in that shoulder. So here we go again. We're going to squeeze the water out of the sponge by bringing the shoulder up to the ear. And then we're going to release it down. Think of that pool of water. And then last time, squeezing up, shoulder to ear. Squeezing all the water out of that sponge. And then just lowering it down. Now, just take a little mental note. My shoulder feels lower than the other one now. You might feel it, some people don't, but mine definitely feels like it's lower. So let's try this other side. So gripping in, squeezing that sponge up. All the water, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then release. Think of that pool of water gathering and squeezing up. Tight as you can. At the same time, we're sitting tall, we're not like just sunk back into relaxation mode. And then release it. And then last time, nipping in, squeeze it tight. And then release it. And those shoulders now should feel nice and release, nice and relaxed. So now take them round in a little circle. Good. Okay. I want you to just swing the legs around over onto all fours. I'm going to just turn myself around and then tuck the toes under. And now from here I want you to pedal. So I want you to push the heels into the floor. Stretching out the backs of those calf muscles. Lovely. Good. Now walk the hands back and try to get those heels down as quickly as you can before you come up to standing. Very good. Okay, so we just take those shoulders that are nice and loose round and the elbows, big arm circle. Bring those arms in front, coming up onto those toes. Breathing in here, exhale as the arms go down and then the heels. And again, breathing in. Arms come down to 9 and 3, hold it there, rotating round. And the other way. Arms down, heels down. Deep breath in. And relax. Deep breath in. And relax. Last time, breathing in. And well done, everybody. You have done for the day, the afternoon, the evening, whenever it is you do it. So, but don't forget, you can do this as many times as you want, and you can split it into bits and do bits. So, well, I had a great birthday, and thank you for all the lovely wishes and the cards. And can't believe it was a week ago, but it was one to remember, that's for sure. Items for the newsletter, haven't had a lot come through, so need some more ideas. Have to think of something else to maybe get you to contribute to if there's no more hobbies and interests out there. Again, I'm afraid we're at the end of our 4-week block, so next week will be the beginning of a new one. So if you could get payments to me by next Saturday, that would be fabulous. And of course you will get your Brucey bonus for staying with me. Haven't decided what that is yet, but whatever it is, I hope you'll enjoy it. So have a good week and look after yourselves. Most important, stay safe. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Take care.